There's one thing we learned from the Democrat debates is that there's no wiggle room between Hillary and Bernie on the topic of white racism. They both agree that black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere. That explains everything, especially why cops are always picking on black people for no reason whatsoever. Why don't we take a look at a recent encounter with a white cop and a black driver, and we'll add a little commentary from Hilary and Bernie.
What's up, man? Shot fired. The white Ford Taurus going south on Hubbard. He shot me. I'm not hit.
When 51% of African American kids today are unemployed or underemployed, you know what we're going to do? We're going to provide education and jobs for those kids, not jails and incarceration.
He's a black male driver. He has a handgun.
Being a white person in the United States of America, I know that I've never had the experience that so many of the people in this audience have had. And I think it's incumbent upon me, and what I've been trying to talk about during this campaign, is to urge white people to think about what it is like to have the talk with your kids, scared that your sons or daughters even could get in trouble for no good reason whatsoever, like Sandra Bland, and end up dead in a jail in Texas.
We are east on Bowman.
And I have spent a lot of time with the mothers of African American children who have lost them, Trayvon Martin's mother. And I've gotten to know them, I've listened to them, and it has been incredibly humbling because I can't pretend to have the experience that you have had and others have had. But I will do everything that I possibly can to not only do the best to understand and to empathize, but to tear down the barriers of systemic racism that are in the criminal justice system, in the employment system, in the education and healthcare system. That is what I will try to do, to deal with what I know is the racism that still stalks our country.
Senator, we are east on Goodale from Kendall.
I was with some young people active in the Black Lives Matter movement. Young lady comes up to me and she says, "You don't understand what police do in certain black communities. You don't understand the degree to which we are terrorized." And I'm not just talking about the horrible shootings that we have seen, which have got to end, and we've got to hold police officers accountable. I'm just talking about everyday activities where police officers are bullying people.
Northbound Redner.
When you're white, you don't know what it's like to be living in a ghetto. You don't know what it's like to be poor. You don't know what it's like to be hassled when you walk down the street or you get dragged out of a car. And I believe that as a nation in the year 2016, we must be firm in making it clear we will end institutional racism and reform a broken criminal justice system.
Thank you.
Eastbound Keith.
Take over.
When we talk about a criminal justice system, I would hope that we can all agree that we are sick and tired of seeing videos on television of unarmed people, often African Americans, shot by police officers. I want to see an America where when young black men walk down the street, they will not be harassed by police officers.
African American parents shouldn't have to worry that their children will be harassed, humiliated, even shot because of the color of their skin.
Man, with all those ideas, with all that speechifying, all that talk about ending the relentless victimization of black people at the hands of violent white racists, I can't believe they forgot the most important advice, the most important plan, the most important words of all. Don't make the black kids angry.